Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be putting together a Ikea Pax closet storage system and our new closet addition, which is part of our bathroom, master bath, master closet off of our bedroom. And so we decided to go with the Ikea. We have an Ikea kitchen. In case you didn't know, you can go back early in the channel and I have a few videos on that. So today we're going to use the what they call the Pax storage system, and I've already got most of it put together, but I saved the last one to show you guys how I do it. And this is the instructions, and I've already unboxed it, and so it's important to leave these little straps on, and it's pretty heavy, so you need two people to pick it up, and you want to make sure your arrows are up. You don't want to open it up upside down. So it kind of accordions out, and I'll show you how. So this is what it looks like, just the shell after it's put together. And these are 39 3/8 overall width and like 22 and a half inch deep. So, and these are also like 93 inches tall. So if you have an 8-foot ceiling, it's perfect. It uses up all your available space, and it just works out really nice. So that's a shell, and this is what they look like. We chose to go with the doors, and that's an add-on. You don't have to have the doors, but I think they add a nice touch to it. So it looks like you're just in another room when you come in the closet. It doesn't look like a closet with stuff hanging everywhere. So this is what this one's going to look like. It just has a rod here. It is going to have another rod in the middle. So we have 2 rows of clothes hanging. It's got a storage bin up top. You can slide that out and put stuff in it. And it's got the shelf here, and then it's got the slide out basket. You can do shoes or just whatever. And then this one's going to be configured differently. It's going to have a bunch of baskets and stuff in it. And we did have some outlets in our closet, so I just trimmed the back of it out. Just thin boards, pretty simple, in case we ever need to access those outlets. And each door comes with 4 hinges. And they're really easy to install. And they are soft close, except for you got to put there's some bumpers that go on here. And you do have to drill for your own handles, whatever handles you choose. Just like a kitchen, you have to, but I just got them centered up here and centered up this way. And some knobs that my wife chose. We have the same ones in our vanity and also in her little makeup vanity. Alright, so let's get into putting this thing together. Let me show you this one real quick. I got all my tools in here while I'm working, but this one's configured differently as well. These slide out. And they're also soft close. So we got 3 of those pull-outs. And then this one has a basket also on the bottom. And this storage bin will go up there. And these 2 shelves are fixed. Alright, let's put this thing together. Alright, so after you stand it up, you want to pull these straps off. They just pop off. And it just opens up kind of like an accordion. Get some cardboard pack in there. simple. And then we'll start putting in the components that'll hold it open. We'll go ahead and slide it back in this corner. One thing about these is they come in different widths. These are the larger, and then they have the half size, which is this little one here. It's like a single. And so you can configure these, and I think there's a couple other dimensions as well. You can configure them to fit your space. And so we had like 135 inches to work with here. And I think this setup is like 134 1/4, so it's like perfect size. So yeah, let's get this thing put together. Alright, first thing you have is these adjustable feet. That just goes in that slot there until it's tight. And these have a height adjustment on them, so you can set that later and get everything level. And you would do it from the top here with a little wrench. Alright, after you get the feet in, you have these 2 feet. They go in the back. Just like that. And you'll see what that's for later. That's for the bottom shelf to sit on. That just pop down in there, and they will kind of lock these in as well. Alright, next we have these 2. This is the front cross member. It goes down to the floor. And this is the back one. So we'll put those in. We can start with this back one. It just has little slots here on the end. And these kind of hold everything together. And they just slide down over those feet. Just like so. And that kind of pushes everything out, makes it tight. Do this front one. This one's got some little, whatever you call them, to go in there in the ends. And then push down. Let's see. There, that one popped in. Alright, if I struggle with this side over here a little bit, you have to get it there just right, but everything fits really tight. So that's okay, it's a good thing. Push it back into place there. And then we're gonna, you'll see I'll be drilling a hole through one of these and then bolting them together with some supplied bolts. These just drop in those back holes and lock that together. And then these, all right, these little clips here, they just pop in that track and kind of lock that foot in there. And that's all there is to it, to the base. Next we're going to go up here, and we don't want to put that bottom shelf in yet because we have to sit a ladder in there. We're going to go up here and mount this mounting bracket up top. And that's this metal bar here. We're going to screw it to the wall. And the instructions tell you to put it up beforehand, but your measurements have to be precise to do that. So I'll show you how I do it, and you can do it however you want. Alright, on this metal bar, you'll see some lines here, some center lines. You just take these tabs and you bend them 90 degrees, like so. It'll bend right where that little cutout is. And you can do it by hand, just like that. Alright, so after you bend the tabs, you bring your mounting bar up here, and you just drop it down behind on both sides. Like that. Alright. And then before you drill it, you're going to make sure that that hole, that upper bar, is in the middle of those two holes, just like that. And that's where you're going to mark this and check it for a stud. If there's no stud, you'll just use a plastic insert. Same over here. Get that slid up and pushed back, just like that, because there's something that goes in this center hole right here, right there. Okay, no studs here, so I made a mark on the wall, and we're just going to drill a 5/16 hole. Just till it goes through the sheetrock. Just like that. Now we got these plastic inserts that came with it. Got these screws and these flat washers. We'll get that all installed. Just run them down with a screw gun. Don't tighten them. Use a hand screwdriver to tighten them. Finish those off with a hand screwdriver. You just want to make it snug. You don't have to over tighten it. Just to keep it from pulling away from the wall. And that's pretty tight. You just want to make sure you got this bar centered up in between those two holes. Do the same over here. Lift up on it until it pops into place. Just hand tighten it. Alright, one thing you should do before you screw this in is to put these little plates in, and I'll show you how I do it. You just have to slide this away from the wall. It's got two little pins on the back that go in here and here, and it'll slide back behind that. So let me see if I can do it with one hand. I'm just going to pull this out like so. See, I got it slid out past the bar. Push it in good and tight. There we go. And that'll go behind there. So if you forget, like I did, to put these in, just put these in before you slide it back to the wall. And that's gonna lock it in. That's gonna tie everything together later. All right, I'm gonna try out my little X-Cool wall mount to mount my GoPro on. This thing just vacuums itself to any surface, any solid surface. It's not too porous. But yeah, it's also a little laser level, but it's got this cool little mount, and you can use it to mount GoPros or other laser levels. Or I did a video on it. It's a pretty nice little tool, so I'm gonna try it out. And instead of trying to fumble with this camera in one hand, I'm gonna suck it to the closet wall here and finish up. I just wanted to show what that little mount looks like with my GoPro mounted to it. It just vacuumed itself right to the wall. So much easier with two hands. Keep everything centered up and just snug it down. Same thing other side. All right. There's some other little clips I gotta put in here. And they clip over that back metal rail that we mounted. Put it in 90 degrees and rotate it down, and it locks into that metal track. These just push down out of the way, and then when you put the shelf on, that pops up into it. Next step is to put the upper, or the top on it, basically. All right, that top one can be a little bit of a struggle by yourself, getting all the pins to line up. You have two pins on this side that pop in and then have to go forward at the same time, these two. And then all these little plastic clips, they pop into those little holes. But you just work with it, you can get it. And then there's cover plates that go over these. And that's it for the top. That's basically the shell there. All right, these are the cover plates. There's a right and a left. Anyway, you see how this is not centered and this is a little high? It's going to go on this side. And it just goes over that little star washer. Like so. Alright, next thing to do is to bolt these two cabinets together. And I've got a screw up there and then one at the bottom. And you just want to make sure you don't put it where the door mounts. So like second from the top there, and same at the bottom. There's the bottom one. Second hole up, it's out of the way. And this is what you use. It's a screw and then like an insert that's got the threads in it. So they're flush on both sides. All you have to do is drill a 3/16 hole straight through these after you get it clamped together. So we'll get it clamped together and drilled. And I just use a couple of clamps like this, squeeze it tight, make sure everything's flush, and we'll drill it. Alright, everything's bolted together. You saw me drill that and install that screw. Did the same thing down here. Got that in, everything's nice and flush. And then all we have left now is to drop in this bottom base. And it's got the large holes in it. And they fit over these. The adjuster, where the adjuster screw goes in. All four corners, it just drops down on there. That simple. Alright, that's it. It just drops down over those pins. And the floor is in. So then all you really have left is the shelving, which is pretty simple. But that's the basic shell. And then you have all kind of options. You have baskets. You have clothes rods. Drawer slides. These are some of just the shelves that go in there. They come with screws and inserts that go in those little holes, so you can put them wherever you want. I gotta get the doors back on. And that is a wall full of closets there. And we are putting one more in this corner as well. So I gotta get that configured. That one's gonna get a bunch of baskets and shelves. No hanging clothes in that one. So yeah, that's it. That's the Ikea Pax closet storage system. Anyway, thanks again for watching Projects with Paul, and we'll see you next time.